1 second. Alright, give me a second. Takes a long bit of time to do this. Alright. Hello everyone, this is Godzilla Lover 425 here. And I'm here with a friend of mine. And his name is Goji Daisuke. Hopefully y'all can hear me well. I hope. Alright. Hello, Goji.
Hello there.
So, me and him will do verses, and while we do verses, we're going to talk about the upcoming movie Godzilla vs. Kong. And yeah. That'd be pretty
And for my audience, if you're confused on why I'm doing more uploaded today, it's because he asked me to be on here. I'm just willing to do it, comply, since I haven't done anything with him in a very long time. So, don't recognize him. He's been on my channel for a few videos. A lot of them have been deleted because most of them were over on Fortnite. And well, yeah, basically he wants me to talk about Godzilla Kong, as he just said, and we're here to do that. We'll play the game.
Yep.
So, consider yourself, my audience, consider yourself lucky you're getting another video.
Hopefully y'all can hear me well. But yeah, that's basically it. Alright.
If they can't hear you, then basically that's just your issue.
Let's see. I'm gonna wait for a friend. I'm missing only one place for that. And then we'll just see one. Alright. Trying to figure out which one I'm gonna do. I got mine. I'm just waiting on you. Do you search? I did wait for a friend. You can do search for a friend.
I just want to know where you're at. Still.
C1.
Alright, gotcha. Oh, shows wrong one. No.
So yeah, like I said in my earlier stream, Godzilla vs. Kong comes out Wednesday. That's when this one over here watches it. Can y'all hear me well? There he is.
Can y'all hear me well?
Yeah, it works. Some point. Alright, we got... King of the Kaiju, alright, let's get this done with. So, any ideas of what's going to happen? Oh, I forgot how to turn stuff.
Good time.
Ooh, what was that? I'm trying to get a hang of it again. Nothing with that. Alright. So, as this video or this stream discuss, go ahead with your ideas or any thoughts on this movie you think is going to happen. Ow. Oh, it's lagging.
That's what I was gonna have it.
Why is it lagging? My
obvious reasons.
my screen is frozen.
Yeah, mine's too. Don't worry. Don't worry. In a bit, it's going to probably kick one of us out or both of us out.
Probably.
No? There you go. Connection timed out.
Yep.
Go.
That sucks. Huh. Then let's do it the other way. Free versus play. Then.
2-player, 3-player.
2-player.
Gotcha.
We'll do Mountain Base 1. So my thoughts on the movie, I think it's gonna be more of a, like I said in my stream, lore based, somewhere around the area. Not lore based, but we all know the Hollow-Earth is going to be in it. That is not you.
No, because one, you didn't tell me where you're at.
Mountain Base 1. That's what I said.
No, I didn't hear that. I'm loading it in because I clicked on random. Still loading.
Huh. Oh, it's Mountain Base 1.
Well, I said I can't see anything, so I'm still loading, so...
Oh, alright. For this technical difficulties, I shall do a small chat with y'all.
Whenever. I got kicked out, the network error went off. Okay, now I gotta go back in versus mode.
But yeah, I have during the stream I talked about the future of the Monsterverse, the box office, the reviews, and other stuff. Now we shall talk about the other nitty gritty stuff, like who will be if the Monsterverse is going to continue, who will be directing, and will we have the same directors come back? Take your thoughts on it, Terry or Goji. Who do you think? Who do you think will be still directing the films? Will it be the same 4 or more other people?
The question was like, what are they going to be next directors for the next future films?
Yeah.
Okay. Here for me, I'm not much of a movie guy. Despite my reviews, find our music, just playing on everything. I'm sort of a fan of old time films in a sense. So people might expect like I might be kind of know movie director stuff, which one I do not know that shit. So, but with the ideas like I want for movie director wise, for like let's say the whole Godzilla BC movie kind of thing.
Which is an interesting concept.
See, I don't have a personal choice of who could be the director for that film, for the Monsterverse.
Who was the one that said they wanted to do it?
I'm pretty sure it was Michael Dougherty.
Alright, yeah. If there's anybody who's going to be doing that, I think it would actually be Michael Dougherty. Be careful for it. Since he's the one that really wants to do it. Oh my God, sweet Jesus. The lag.
Focus on the conversation.
But yeah, Michael Dougherty wanted to do it. So if he wants to do it so badly, why not let him do it? Shouldn't be that bad of a thing. There you go. But he did say he wanted to do the BC film. In his way, he wants to go back in time, like do a what are those movies called?
It's close call is Godzilla BC.
I meant the movies that go like back in time, like where it first began. I can't remember what it's called. Prequels. He wanted to do a prequel to Godzilla 2014 and all of them, which sounds like a neat idea. A very primal land where most of the people are actually primal, and they have to deal with everyday life as Godzilla. That would be a very interesting take. And again, if they actually do it that way, I believe they'll go back to the 2014 design of Godzilla. Because at that time, Godzilla was in that state, not in the one he is now. So it makes it a little bit fitful for it. But I like the premise of a BC Godzilla film. And to follow the humans' take of when they first met Godzilla back then, before the modern time where everybody didn't think monsters existed, and they finally got the wake-up call that freaking monsters do exist. So yeah. Any other things?
From my perspective on the whole thing, I think I'm going to go to a prequel even further back than Kong Squad is a good idea in a sense. Get some origin stuff, some past monsters, like of course with the Godzilla or sample. I see people want a Rodan movie or a Mothra movie, which I can see. I can like the ideas again, like a new version. Fortunately, I don't see them very likely happening, but it'd be pretty cool to see those things. But I think the main one we could expect to see is one with Godzilla in particular. To maybe learn about the origin of his past, like how he was first discovered by humanity.
Yeah.
May see other ancient titans that used to be around long ago. That probably are not around now these days, or very little of them are now around.
Yeah.
Basically, I don't know which era would be expecting. Maybe during the prehistoric eras of maybe the dinosaurs were around. Maybe during probably around the 100s eras, or maybe when like certain people or like companies or something like that first discovered the Big G or something like that.
Yeah.
You have to try to do research and all that stuff. I could go all the way back to the 1954 event. Try to move before that event and stuff.
I totally agree.
So, but that's my personal opinion at the moment around that, with prequel-wise, as far as I know, what the monsters could lead to.
Give me a second, I'm trying to test something real quick.
Gotcha.
Can you hear me better? Terry?
You sound normal as you have been. Buddy.
One moment. Can you hear me?
Sound same as ever, man. You're doing fine.
Alright.
Like I said, if the audience can't hear you, that's simply on you. If you don't have the thing on.
So
Pretty
yeah,
sure they could hear me.
I'm pretty sure I think a prequel for either Kong or Godzilla would be a really neat place to go. But yeah, I'm on an office district.
Alright, I guess you office district.
Let me move this real quick. Ha! We both chose the same place. Or the same kaiju. start the battle. King Ghidorah versus King Ghidorah. On to the next topic. Who do you think will be the very big bad if they were to continue the series?
Because I'll start it off first. Okay, since me and him have not seen the movie yet, of course, because it's not out in theaters, it's first in America yet. We don't know what's going to happen to the main villains sort of the movie yet. We have seen, basically, like I told some people on my channel, yes, me and him both have seen spoilers in the sense of the film that have been leaked out on YouTube since March 21st. I see a lot more than he has, honestly. Because he told me he's seen like a few of them here and there. Here by accident, but I think he was sick. Okay, so we don't know what's going to happen with Ren Zarazawa or the supposed certain mecha we know of. There, in a sense, but we could probably figure out opposite what's going to happen.
Yeah.
But moving like character-wise, I can still see obviously the main one. Obvious one is Jonas. Obviously, he could reappear again, as we don't really know yet what's going on with him, where he at, and all that stuff. So there's a whole idea with him still being around, still existing. Okay. There's of course the idea of more evil titans stored that are more kind of sit, but of course we got rumors we have from Cubs Kong that might not us be possible right now. But another evil titan sword. Of course, if you want to go more science fiction route, there is possibility of another alien you could see. If you're from Michael Dor's words, one alien kaiju he wanted to bring in was Gigan, so that could be a possibility.
Yeah.
If you want to go that far with it. Of course, there's other kaiju characters they want people to like destroy you because since the Oxyster was first real King monster, they want to destroy to come back. Come to Monsterverse first. So people want the other villain kaijus, the people like part ones. Story like stuff. Of course, because the whole Ghidorah head thing, people want the idea of Mega King Ghidorah to exist, which I can say now, with as far as we know, that's even more or less likely now. Now a possibility, but
yeah, there's
many
cool idea
options
for villains they go route. There's some creatures that I really want to see in the Monsterverse modernized. I liked how they took King Ghidorah and all of them, and now taking those and putting into account other creatures that you see, aka like one for example, one of my favorite alien kaijus, Orga. If you were to modernize him, I think it would look really good. He will look creepy as hell, but still very good. So there's plenty of villains that you can put out there that can actually work. And since Michael Dougherty had actually explicitly put out there as that King Ghidorah was the alien, that opened the door for many possible kaiju to come about. Some others may be very hard to actually put into the frame, like Gigan for example. I do not know how they would ever put Gigan into a Monsterverse movie in like a more subtle way, but it's one of those things that is hard to do. But another one of them that you could easily do is Biollante. Since Godzilla does fight a lot, and there's bound to be some of his blood somewhere, you could take his DNA and mix it with the rose or something. They could actually change up the origins a little bit and make Biollante. So yeah, there's many villains out there that freaking they could do, pretty much. What would be a villain you want to see in the movie, Monsterverse?
Okay, let's see. Alright, just going to the idea that I could bring it, if I want to bring any monster, I could bring it in. And so the idea, here's like, I'll name probably like at least 3 I really want to see in the Monsterverse. One, of course, obviously is Destroyer, because I think that would be interesting to see how they make Destroyer in the film. The idea that I don't know if it's really possible to put Destroyer in the film, but hey, if they're going to do that, swing up real stuff since King of Monsters. It could still be possible. Of course, a lot of people want story because of the Oxford story thing. Since that, story's maybe one of them. Another one, obviously, could be in a sense potentially. I like to say this is a very far-fetched one because it's very interesting how they make this one, but it's Hedorah.
Hedorah.
The whole idea of the smog monster being involved in the monster from pollution. That's the thing that we Hedorah can also not be an alien. It could be something different, mutation, or like a
virus that goes wrong.
product. Duck. And my third final option that could be a villainous or antagonist in a sense with the movie. It's like I could possibly think of is against like another one kaiju that Mike already mentioned it. And I'm gonna have to agree do sense is Baalante. The idea of a plan kaiju, again with the whole splicing the DNA thing that Jonas is doing, could be an interesting idea. Again, for now, it's hard for me to think how Baalante would work in the Monsterverse so far, but it would definitely be interesting. And I would like to see that in a sense, if possible at all. Yeah, those are at least my top three I can think of right now in the moment that I would actually like to see in the Monsterverse future.
Those are interesting top three. I think I can see Hedorah being a good one because it's like a good way you can actually do it. It actually bypasses the nuclear probe. Actually does do work with nuclear pollution, or not nuclear, pollution altogether, is to have like a virus. Like a liquid virus. Something that could actually mutate. So that it turns into like Hedorah, basically. Or something experimental that turns into Hedorah. Not make Hedorah like something that was created by pollution. Well, I've seen him making him be created by scientists, something like that there. Honestly. But yeah. So yeah, there's plenty of ways to do villains in the Monsterverse. I'm going into Harbor, by the way. But yeah, there is plenty of ways. On to the next topic. If they were to continue the Monsterverse, how many movies do you think there will be? And what types?
New movies. That's an interesting one because it is all a possibility if how much they want to continue the Monsterverse. And me, I think it's likely. I'm definitely one of the people who believe that they will probably make more in the future. They might slow down for the time being after Godzilla Kong, like Tomy did their World of Godzilla thing. They're still going to go with that route. For instance, and I've seen a comment from someone person say about the idea of they might like 10 more films in the future, or better words, they might go at best for another 10 years. I'm like, well, I'm not really sure about that, but I would like the monster probably make one more, probably like another, but like several more films, depending on how far the Monsterverse does in the future, how well each one does.
Yeah.
And depending on how, of course, nothing really bad, no controversy happens toward the sort happens during the film production time and during the film in general and stuff. Like right now, seeing Godzilla Kong is apparently doing well internationally so far. I definitely believe in the fact that we probably are going to see more stuff after Godzilla Kong. May not for a good bit, but we'll hear more in the future. I don't know if I like estimate like how much we might get from the Monsterverse because it's all just speculation. But I do expect we're going to get a bunch more from the Monsterverse, at least hopefully in a sense.
Yeah, I do see that too, because it would be crazy not to continue the Monsterverse after this. Hi Isaac. Because there's so much possibilities to go with the Monsterverse. The Monsterverse is not going. It doesn't have to be the only standalone thing. There are so many possibilities. Shout out to you, Isaac Garcia. But yeah, MonsterVerse can continue in many ways, many movies. It just, as long as there is a love for the MonsterVerse, there will be movies. As long as it brings in money, and that Warner Bros. And Legendary are satisfied, and Toho are satisfied with it, MonsterVerse will continue. But right now, we're at a standpoint where it's depending on Godzilla vs. Kong success. If that movie is successful, which it is right now successful, then there will be more movies. And I think right now Legendary is looking at this movie and it's like, they probably really do want to make more, but the ultimate decision is up to Toho.
Mm-hmm.
And Toho is the only one that could allow them to do it. So yeah, MonsterVerse can continue. It just depends on Godzilla vs. Kong. Alright, on to the next topic. What do you think of what happened recently between Snyder fans and the movie, the review bombing of the movie?
This is. I felt like we want to go into this, and you want my opinion on this, more about this. I had a feeling about this, so. Okay, so I've been on Twitter a good bit, like recently, since earlier of last year. Not been too involved with it, but I've been around it and everything. And of course, I've seen the whole deal with Snyder fans going after the Godzilla fan base, especially Warner Brothers, because they want more of the Snyderverse, with their main hashtag, bring more of the Snyderverse, all that stuff, yada yada yada, stuff. And some of them even go on Rotten Tomato and downviewing the movie Godzilla Kong, just so it does bad for some more focus more on the Snyder films. Now, I understand the idea of being very passionate about something. Trust me, I do. I've seen some Godzilla fans being very passionate about the MonsterVerse, to the point that they get very upset when someone makes fun of it or insults it. Trust me, I've seen it. I've seen a lot of it. But the idea of boycotting another film industry, just the fact just try to get the Snyderverse, more Snyderverse, is not going to help shit. It's not going to do anything for you. It's going to make things worse. It's more like you're not going to get the Snyderverse in the first place. Besides, Steve, they didn't want to make the Snyder Cut of Justice League. They did not want to make it in the first place. Like, we're basically lucky to get that alone. Alone.
I got a question from Isaac Garcia. What is your favorite version of Godzilla?
Well, I'll answer that in a bit after we've done with the whole Snyderverse, Snyder fan conversation in a bit.
We'll answer that in a little bit, Garcia.
Speaking
of that town at night.
Yeah. But yeah, basically, like I said earlier, like the Godzilla fan base, yes, there are some toxic people in our fan base. There definitely is. But since we're a niche audience, especially in the United States, we don't have to deal with that as much, and we can say in the least we have more neutral fans, or at least more calmer and nicer fans in a sense. But the Snyder fans, they're the ones that are going after everybody, especially anybody that's going to move that's nearby, including movies like Mortal Kombat, because I've seen some fans go after that movie too. But the point is, you're not gonna get your Snyder first if you keep acting this shit up. This ain't doing anything. He's bringing more attention to the Godzilla fan base and Godzilla's Kong. Like I say, your reviews are helping by downplaying the movie or trying to get people more attention to bring out the Snyderverse and stuff. But again, it's not really doing anything for you. It's not gonna make anything not getting better for you. You're not gonna get your Snyderverse if you keep acting this way. If we act this way as Godzilla fans against for Warner Bros. And Legendary do that, they would probably not want to do it then.
Yeah. On top of that, they're not hurting Warner Bros. They're hurting Legendary. And later they wouldn't take too kindly to that. They're not even hurting the people that friggin'. That's like. Yeah. I don't understand it. And like one of my YouTubers I watch, Mr. H, said, it's just stupid. It's like, why? Just leave us alone. We've been waiting 6 years. Some people 50-something years for this movie. So yeah, it has been a long time in coming. Because there's been a long time since Godzilla vs. Kong has fought each other. And they're just trying to decide to ruin that for us? No. Just because they can't get the Snyderverse doesn't mean they can go ahead and try to ruin our universe. Even I even read an article that freaking Zack Snyder was actually done doing DC films. But yeah, Snyderverse, they can do their thing. I know that not all Snyder fans are that way. There's just a few select them.
No, absolutely.
But that few select can actually hurt a community, a fandom. And dude, that is what they're doing right now. I know I've seen a lot of other people talk about how they wanted to stop these fans from doing it. Other Snyder fans don't want their fans to do that. They've been trying to stop it. I think the only one that probably could actually truly stop that is Zack Snyder himself. But honestly, this all started because they gave them the movie. And Warner Bros. Decided, oh, we're going to plainly out tell you, nope, we're not going to be, cancel the battle. We're not going to allow you, to, have any more movies. This is it. Let's be it. And so, by doing that, it outraged them, and that's what's caused this. On top of that, it's on the fuel of on top of that, it outraged them, and well, give me a second. Let me process my thought. What happened was actually fueled the fire itself was when they dropped the trailer or some more TV spots for Godzilla vs. Kong on top of a few hours after freaking Zack Snyder Justice League thing. And now ever since then they've been having it out for us.
Exactly. People, let me clarify when it's actually first started. Like when I, for example, first heard of this. This happened soon after the time when Godzilla vs. Kong, the official trailer came out for us. And it was recorded to be like the highest viewed trailer for Warner Brothers.
It still is. It's almost at 75 mil.
When the Snyder Fire's from the Snyder's Cut Justice League trailer came out, it only came to second. So you clearly say some people for Snyder Fire, it really clear was because of a bit of envy for Godzilla Kong didn't get as much attention as it did at the time, even now at this point. And like I said, if you're passionate about a certain film, that's personally fine. Like I said, I love the Godzilla fan base, Kaiju fan base. And I did enjoy the Snyder Cuts Justice League movie. They watched it, and of course I'm going to watch Godzilla Kong as well. I'm most likely going to enjoy both, but I'm not going to attack one specific fan base because I like one more than the other. I'm not going to do that. That's not right me to do as a fan of both sides. Nice. Because again, it's not going to help anything.
Yep. Anyways, no more ranting for us. Let's get to this question. What is your favorite version of Godzilla? You thinking hard over there?
I guess I'll answer first, just to make it easier for myself.
I'll tell my time at night. Again.
Okay, basically, for those who have been on my channel long, if you know that in a sense from my Kaiju reviews, basically, my favorite Godzilla film in general is GMK. I enjoy the film a lot, both English and Japanese wise. But also, I also know that I'm a fan of the Heisei era too. Like I'm a Heisei fan. Like I know that for me, there's two of the worst movies for the Heisei era is for me Godzilla, and Godzilla vs. Mothra. I don't have no confidence Godzilla very big because he's a fan of Godzilla versus Mothra. It's personal opinion. Yeah, but still, I generally enjoy the Heisei era, especially design for Godzilla in later parts of from the Heisei era, particularly from 1991 to 1994. I just love that design. It's one of the main designs I've seen since I first saw Godzilla. So it's one design that actually stuck with Godzilla for quite a while. Along with some of the other designs, they got more than one film. You know. But again, it was always a hard sense for me because again, my first Godzilla film was part of the Malay era, but I was always a Heisei fan. I was kind of like, which am I off? So I thought about it for a good bit, and then I realized, man, so I decided to think of it like, you know what, I'm gonna stick with the side, the era that I'm most fan with. See, my favorite design basically is basically the okay, I don't know what it's called basically, mostly, but I think it's mostly called the Mogi Goji design, which basically is the design for Godzilla from Space Godzilla.
Alright. Mine is, well, I started off watching 98 Godzilla. We all know how everybody feels about that one. Garcia says their favorite is PS4 2014 Godzilla. And yes, I agree, Garcia. We all were wanting something for GVK, and now we all wanted freaking this TV spots to chill out. Well, we're only 3 days away from the movie, so now we can't say anything else now. But
it's because of that's another thing I'm gonna read. Because of the fact that we got over a week worth of new TV spot and clips each day.
Yep.
Which was a lot for more like a lot of fans could expect it from Warner Bros. To give us. Which, in some sense, it's like, woohoo, we got more stuff. But the problem is, they keep showing bits of new clips in each one, and it keeps feeling like. We're showing they guys more and more of the fight even before we've seen the movie. It's like, stop it! You're showing us too much of the fight.
Yeah.
We want to save it. Now, granted, from the clips I saw, they're not showing exactly everything. They're actually not. Not honestly. See, they're showing us the most highlighted moments that we were probably gonna like from the film.
Yep.
Which is understandable because you want the people to me looking, click on the clips, want people to see it. I'm interested in watch the film.
Agreed.
You know, and of course, they did best a few months after when the trailer came out, like the end of January. They literally had best over 2 months until the film would come out. So they had to rapid fire all these advertisements to get people's attention towards the film. So. Yeah, some people can say that they're showing a bit too much, and it's understandable, of course, because I agree with it as well.
Yeah.
Full-heartedly. But some from their perspective, they kind of had to do it. Maybe not as much, but they still in the end, they kind of had to do it.
Yep.
It was just too much. Too much in one instant. That's basically the answer for me. It was too much in one instant.
So let me finish the question out for what is my favorite version of Godzilla. It's hard to say, but I have to go with the cartoon, the animated version of Godzilla 98. That's mine. I know everybody hates the 98 version, and I grew up loving it. But I truly have a feeling, I have a deep connection to it because I grew up with it. That was the very first Godzilla I grew up with. And that's all I knew until at least 10 years ago, 10 years ago when I found out about the other ones. So yeah, that's my favorite Godzilla. I know people have their opinion about it. But yeah. You want to feel excited to go watch the movie? Heck yeah, I do. I've been excited for it. And I know he has. Haven't you?
Okay, me, I'm going to see a March 31st on the day when it comes out. He's going to watch it apparently like on March 2nd or 3rd. First, he's going to watch it in
April
theaters
3rd.
with some, yeah, April 3rd with some of his family members, some of his family, some of his people he knows, and he's going to watch it in HBO Max with his grandparents because his grandparents don't like to go to the theaters. So basically, he's going to watch the movie twice in the same day.
Yep.
One, of course, in theaters, and one in HBO Max. Well, I'm just watching it in HBO Max on the day it comes out. So yeah. I say both are excited to watch the film. Probably not as back then what I was for Kingdom Monsters. One, because I waited over 5 years to watch the film, get to the film, and one because I'm sure a bit more. Because my mindset is kind of like, yeah, I'm a bit more control now. But I'm guaranteeing you right now, as soon as the movie comes out and we're about to watch the film, and I'm sitting probably next to probably my mother's boyfriend or my mother herself,
Yeah.
I'm probably trying to hold my body like a little kid, try not to squeal. You know, I'm going to be over 20 years old. My mother looks at me like I'm like a goddamn kid, but I go to a music park.
Dude.
I'm just telling you right now. That's honestly how I'm gonna feel.
Even the manliest of adults have their weaknesses. And us men right here, we just love Godzilla. Yeah, I know. That's the bad thing about 98 Godzilla, because he did die by missiles. And I do not like the movie version of it, but the animated version, when they had that animated series, and his name is Zilla Jr., is when they actually when they did the animated series, they actually fixed Godzilla, or Zilla Jr., or whatever you want to name him, the offspring of Zilla, the original Zilla from the movie, and fixed him into having Godzilla features. He didn't look like Godzilla, but he could be announced as Godzilla somewhat. I know recently, I think someone retconned it or did something about that. But I swear that Toho said that they gave the Godzilla 98 back his name Godzilla, but I don't think that's true, honestly. I know people don't want it. Yeah, the show was redemption, and I really loved the show. The show is what I can compare the MonsterVerse to, somewhat. The current, and that show, that anime show, is what I want the Monarch TV show, the rumored Monarch TV show to be. Not animated, but live action version of it. It would be awesome. I know it would probably cost a buttload of money, but to have Godzilla be in it. But hey, that's probably the reason why that animated show wasn't live action. Because if it was live action, it would cost a lot to make that. Yeah. Well, there's people out there that think Zilla is a subspecies to Godzilla. And they like to tend to think he's a subspecies of Godzilla. But always, and forever be, in history books, he will be a Godzilla. No matter how many people hate it, no matter how many people don't love it, it is inevitable since they actually made it and it's under the name Godzilla. It will be a Godzilla. But I like the idea of it. Honestly, I really think the idea of Godzilla, that Zilla, being a subspecies, because it branches off from the Godzilla or Gojira family line. God, I say Gojira. Yeah, it's perfect because it actually makes it look a little bit different. So I do like the idea of that. Another topic. You have seen the leaks of Mechagodzilla, have you? Give me your thoughts on the Mechagodzilla, Goji.
Okay, so I've seen the spoiler on Godzilla so far from the movie, kind of how he's representing the fight. So I'm not gonna go too deep on that, basically. But from design wise, I've seen it from the toy figure wise and the League T-shirt. That's also long ago as well. I could definitely say I am not a fan of design in general of Mechagodzilla, even for the Monsterverse. The concept that again, we apparently he's made, he came from so far, from rumor and from speculation people said about him, the machine. I am intrigued by it. Trust me, I am on that. But the whole design-wise, I am not into it. Ability-wise, from what I've seen from the leaks, I'm into them as well. They're pretty interesting powers, and they make him a unique Mechagodzilla compared to the previous ones.
Yep.
Carnations. I think he would be a favorite for some people. For me, he's not the absolute favorite for me. But I can say I say right now for now I do like the whole thing with Godzilla is in the Monsterverse so far. But I have to see it truly in action to get my full personal opinion on the Mecha G of the Monsterverse.
Me, I like the design. It looks really cool, especially the title they gave him, The Ultimate Destroyer. Ooh, it has that ring to it.
Right.
But the design to me makes me feel like Kiryu. Yes, he does look like you. Looks good. And his design-wise, it makes me. He's sleek. He's supposed to be agile. I heard. And what it reminds me of is Kiryu. I think they took a bits of Kiryu off of him for it. And I know that there's probably other things they took from him, but until we see the movie, so far this one clip that I've seen, which I got spoiled sadly of it, he does represent Kiryu mostly to me as the Mechagodzilla version. And so yeah. I like the design. If you, I know you already say you don't like it. Understandable. I didn't like it at first. I thought it was so stupid with the freaking claw hands, but after a while, it started growing on me. Even after seeing that shirt that leaked, dude, that design grew on me. Oh, I do like the design now. But yeah. Mechagodzilla looks cool. His design reminds me of Kiryu. And yeah. On to the next topic. This one will be probably very controversial. Who do you think is going to win? Just by that alone, I know he is going to be very controversial.
No, because let me explain this. People who would not watch my channel, a long time ago, I made a short discussion video around my first opinion who I think will win in Godzilla Kong. Granted, this was probably before anything we got anything about trailer wise and all that stuff. This was probably during a time when we were still in the banner phase of Godzilla Kong, where we're just getting new banners, or basically the same banner over and over and over and over and over. Or maybe before that. Maybe only after we got the first banner in the movie. But basically, in that video, I explained that eventually to the point I didn't really care who honestly won, because I was one of the people who more care about the film doing well. That's still my only thing. I am not putting the victor on a high priority. I'm like one of those people I saw on video saying, if Kong wins or Godzilla wins, I'm leaving the theaters. Things are this kind of stuff. I'm not one of those people. No, trust me on that. Because one, I was with me walking out of the living room. But no, but yeah, no. See points. But to put aside that my mindset and say who I expect to win the film, it's naturally going more towards Godzilla. Not because of what Godzilla is representing the film wise. You know, the film is apparently showing me more showing me more on Kong, and Godzilla's not really centralized film. The film. It is. But I expect he's probably more likely going to win. And I did see a lead that almost hints toward. I'm not gonna say it hints the idea who the victor might be, but we're not gonna talk about that. But basically, from what I know, like I expect, it's probably might be Godzilla. But still, I personally don't care honestly who actually wins. I just want a good movie. That's all I care. So far, I've been doing that so far internationally. So my hopes are reached, but I'll have to see how the United States goes with it. But yeah, that's my answer.
My team I'm going for, you already known it for a long time, is Godzilla. I am always Team Godzilla because he's the one that I freaking grew up with. Who else would I go for? But what's on another thing, I have been spoiled who won the freaking film, sadly. But I still really do want to watch and I don't take spoilers really lightly because sometimes they're fake. I found out the hard way back in King of the Monsters. But that review was the review was basically one of the bad reviews, and it's one of the prime examples of what Goji said over here, of how people will take it, and yeah, that's not right. You just should, if either one of them wins, just take it like a person and just move on. It's just like that. Don't brag about it if your team wins or anything like that. Although I'm Team Godzilla, I do feel for Kong fans. If Kong wins, I'll be alright. Kong wins, even though I got a bet that freaking I hate so much with my grandmother. Anyways, if Kong wins, I wouldn't be upset. And I congratulate Kong fans on their victory. But if Godzilla wins, I will still say the same way. I will hope for them to congratulate us, and I will say sorry for what y'all's lost. And yeah, I know there's a certain freaking YouTuber out there named D-Man who's going for hairy cheeks, Mr. D-Man. But yeah, I do pray that Godzilla wins, and I am Team Godzilla. There's nothing that can stop my vote from that. So yeah, I agree with you, Garcia. Godzilla all the way and forever. Alright, on to the last topic before we can stop the stream. Yeah, basically. And this goes along with the teams. How do you think the fan base is going to act after seeing who wins?
That depends on the fans themselves, because each one can be, or it's going to be different from the other. Of course, there'll be people that, say if Godzilla wins, they're going to be how handy and dandy that Godzilla wins. There probably are going to be, of course, I believe there's some that are respectful, but of course there's some who's going to trounce at every Kong fan they see in a very disrespectful manner. Basically. And of course, if Kong wins, they go say anything for them as well. Well, basically, but the only idea that the outcome, if it's a reaction to the outcome, I say it just depends on the person. The general honest person, I think, is probably not going to be as into it as the fans are going to be. But I'm sure there's someone, but I like how they did it this way, or I like how they did it this way. Or I don't like how they did it this way.
Yeah.
But personally, me, I feel like most people, at least most people, are going to be fine with how the movie is probably going to end. Go out. basically. I think everybody's gonna be satisfied. Probably certain fans of people that are not gonna be into it, which is all right because that's their personal opinion. But basically, I feel like most people are gonna be fine with how the movie ends. At least how I know so far from leaks and rumors and stuff. So basically, so yeah, for sure most people are gonna be fine with it.
So, how I so far had my experience with the fan base. There are toxic people in the fan bases. There's no way getting around that. Some will actually be bragging than others. Yes, majority is on Godzilla. Yeah, I seen that from Godzilla vs. Kong.com. I seen their freaking Godzilla fans are like way above freaking Kong fans. But hey, how about that? Second D-Man. But hey, the fan base can be toxic. Both probably could. I've never seen the Kong fan base before. Godzilla fan base I have experience with. Fan bases can be toxic, especially when it comes to victories over other fan bases. I personally think whoever wins this battle, which I think the other side will probably deny, most likely try to deny the victory, whoever wins. But it will go down in history whoever wins. And I already know that M. Wingard said that when he was a little kid, he wanted to what do you say, how do you say it? He wanted to figure out who would win. He always had a debate on the playground with his friends on who won. And so seeing him actually being able to do it like right now in real life, it's probably a huge thing for him. So that he can actually win in that battle of his debate. And more power to him. Yeah, I do hope too. Most likely both monsters will be alive at the end of the film. I think the only one that might not be alive is a certain mechanized Titan, but hey, you can always rebuild him. But yeah, I see the fan base being, some fan bases being toxic, some not. It just depends on how you say how it goes. Basically how the battle goes and how the movie goes. So yeah, the fan bases, some fan bases are toxic. Not everybody's toxic, but there will be some toxic people out there. Yeah, pretty much. I bet pretty much someone will be mad if one of them dies.
Mm-hmm.
But we all know Godzilla can't die in these films. The only way that Godzilla can die in these films is if they have Godzilla Jr. in there. And that's by Toho's contract. Toho explicitly said in contract, if you're going to kill off Godzilla, you gotta have Godzilla Jr. in there.
They say a junior, but they say
A baby Godzilla.
They want another Godzilla to be actually exist. They want to kill out the main one.
Specifically a baby.
Basically.
Me, I don't mind it. Actually, I would love to see a baby Godzilla. And I know some YouTubers out there were talking about how if they were to do that route in baby Godzilla, they would like Kong to take care of that baby Godzilla, to grow it, to raise it, and that would be neat. I think Kong, after finding a newfound respect for Godzilla, that would be a neat freaking thing. Godzilla's arms is not useless. We all seen the slap around the world he did to Kong in that freaking trailer, in that Japanese trailer.
it's just the T-Rex and T-Rex arm, and there's certain Godzillas that have the
Sure.
fully T-Rex arms. Especially one of the most recent example is definitely Shin's.
Yeah, Shin Godzilla's freaking arms are useless. You look at those are like twigs. If you look at legendaries, damn, those things have muscle. Even though he's big boned. So yeah. And yeah, I was going to end the stream here, but one more thing. Are you excited for the new Godzilla single point? Did you see the design for it? What is your thoughts?
I guess interesting because I did about this earlier. Okay, for Godzilla single point, I am interested in my potentially watching it. It is on Netflix, so I might not watching it. I might just find YouTube clips roll around the episodes and all that stuff. Because I'm not one who's really always into streaming sites, honestly. And the whole HBO Max thing, that's just the thing I have with my brother. I'm using my brother's PS5 for that. But Netflix, no, I'm not using that. But the whole Singapore point, yes, I'm interested in that. And my personal opinion on God's design when it was first revealed, the thing when it was revealed, I am not 100% into it, not really that into it. Yes, of course, the obvious joke of it for starters, yes, he is very thick in the thighs, yes, but pretty much all Godzillas are. Like, the most earliest one that Godzilla had the thick thighs was the one from King Kong vs. Godzilla. And of course, we mentioned all the ones from Heisei. Monster first one was a bit thick. Shin Godzilla's a bit thick. The anime trailer got Polygon introduced Godzilla's a bit thick. But see, a good amount of the Godzillas are thick in the thigh area, and for good reason too.
Ever since the original incarnation.
Pretty much.
Except for
There's some more, of course, the more skinny side, like Final Wars, for example, the most obvious one. This one. But yes, just because of how he looked like the mouth wise, and yes, I understand the mouth, the geek mouth is a lot freakier than how Shin Godzilla's was like. Godzilla, and I get to say, like some other people, yes, I don't like it as much, really. Like it's interesting, but not really my cup of tea.
You know what his mouth looks like to me?
What?
Whose mouth I can compare it to?
Huh.
Orga.
But yeah, I'm not into it. So kind of like Mega thing, with monsters. But again, let's just say for both sides, I do not hate that. I do not hate it, but I'm not into it. It might grow me later on depending on what it does in action once Godzilla 3.0 fully comes out. But for personally, for those moments, I'm not really into it. Besides, the toy figures for Godzilla 3.0 don't really help either. But that's my personal opinion on that, how I viewed it so far, for now.
My opinion on Big Daddy Single Point.
Okay.
Yes, he's thick boned. He's disproportionate, but that's what we love about Godzilla. He's always thick boned. What do you expect from him? Unless you want another version of freaking '98, but. That thick bone guy, he looks really cool. And his design is unique to his ways and how he is, especially animated wise. This is the only fourth. You gotta say fourth. So far as I know, fourth incarnation of animated Godzilla. The first was Hanna-Barbera. Second was the Zilla Jr. from Godzilla '98. Third would be Godzilla Earth. And then this one, Single Point. Big Daddy Single Point. His design has changed a lot. And anime-wise, they have ways where they can actually change it. Well, I have to be wrong about that fourth incarnation. Because we've got Snow Godzilla, but hey. They can actually change his design a lot. It's like a unique way to change it. Because they can do crazy stuff with him. Especially with that model of his. First time seeing that, I was like, I had chills. Jesus Christ. first you look at his face, it's like, oh, it looks normal. It looks almost like Shin Godzilla, like, except it doesn't look like it opens, like in the middle. Then when he opens it, it's freaking the sides just spread out, and that what made me freaking think of Orga. But yeah, his design is really good. I like it. His color scheme is like reddish, brownish red, especially around his dorsal fins where they had like red going around it. And I think that's contrast to what they're showing in the anime or the anime show of the red clouds, dust, or what was it called? I think he comes from that. I think he's the one that expels that. So yeah, I do like his design, and how he looks like he probably might be able to fight. I think he's mainly built to not. I don't think he uses his arms at all. I think he only uses his breath. Honestly, and his breath looks amazing. I think they went last time I checked. I think they went Godzilla Earth style breath, where it accumulates right there, like at the opening of the mouth, and then fires out. Being how he is, I don't know how big he is. I honestly don't know how big he is. I wonder if they're gonna make a measurement of it, because we know how Godzilla Earth, how big Godzilla Earth was. Single point, we don't know yet. So yeah, design is pretty well. His fighting style, I think, it's just gonna be like a tank. Hello, Twist. Now, one more question. How do you feel about the new Jet Jaguar and how he looks? And on top of that, the characters of the anime series. And after those two questions, we'll answer one more and then we'll stop the stream.
Okay, Jet Jaguar. Similar to Godzilla's design at the point, I'm not the most into Jaguar's design. I think I find the joke people, most memes people make of this Jet Jaguar now, I believe is true in a sense. But like I said, I've seen the fact that he seems to be they are going to upgrade him over time. He is most likely be used a lot through the Second Point series, since we still have no hint of all of Godzilla in the series, which I am more fine with using Jet Jaguar as the main mech. I'm very interested since Jet Jaguar has not been been used a long time, ever since like it was Earth comics, which was the main series of the main thing that started Jet Jaguar's popularity, very some fans, and of course his first appearance since Godzilla's Megalon in 1993. And of course, there's the tours we have seen of him. He seems very mobile. Well, even carrying like a weapon in his hands. And so it's definitely interesting how this Jet Jaguar plays out, and see the other capabilities that he is kind of known for in his other media sorts. Or basically, it was definitely interesting for that. But design-wise, for first seeing it, like from toy figure-wise and what we've seen so far, not really my preferred taste. But hey, I might grow into it, might grow to like it. It just depends when I fully see in action in full view. And lastly, the characters. For me, like a lot of fans used to say, they don't care about the human stuff. They usually care about the monsters, yada 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 stuff. Stuff you always hear, but seeing the cast, it's definitely more interesting. Jokingly or not, they're a lot more interesting compared to the Polygon trilogy, without a doubt. They clearly have more life to them. They're not just grim. They're not just dark. Or just hating on Godzilla the whole three films. No. They can get some life to them. And you see, that's also take a bit in the series route, but still more like might get a bit of comedy here and there from them, with certain characters. Characters like you get from the anime series. So I think I'm interested in what they'll do with these characters. Here's the main two we have seen the most of, the white hair, the glasses, and the young lady. They're interested in those two. And there's also like a little Doge thing on there too. Which I'm like, okay, I don't know what that's gonna be all about, but that could be interesting. that'll be like the main cute thing of the series. Series like a lot of animes have, but yeah, character-wise, I'm sort of interested in what they might do, and how they are since they got a wide variety of types of characters, but it will just depend once we see it basically. But I am since interested with like.
First off, Dejawa looks fucking horrible. His long arm, newly armed looking self. That roller skates on the ground apparently. But yeah, me, I don't like Dejawa's design. He looks absolutely horrendous. But good for them. Immediately moving on to the characters. Characters look fine. They look like typical characters. But their roles I'm more interested in. And which leads me to the final question of the stream. The plot of the show. Currently, so far as we've seen, I honestly don't know what the plot is. I think what the plot would be right now, as far as I've seen, I don't know, but I have speculations. And is that throughout the series, we're not going to see Godzilla in the first episode. Yeah, I know that for a fact. We're not going to see him first. I think most likely we will see him 7th, 8th episode down. I think there's going to be a lead up to him. Because as far as I've seen in the trailers, he's like something that awakens. It's like a time thing, like a time event where what happens when there's things that lead up to the event, like kaiju start appearing everywhere, that red mist coming off those pteranodons and everything, and then eventually, boom, he appears. It's like there's telltale signs, and then like that. I think that's what's probably going to happen. I could be wrong. Honestly, I could be wrong. But that's so far as I see it as.
Okay. Me, of course, like similar to him, I really don't know. I had no clue, idea. I just figured it was really not clear in my head what could this series will lead to. But if it revolves around the red mist, obviously, like a lot of people speculate, of course, because the red mist seems to involve a lot of the kaiju in this series. Even the red mist comes like tendrils of sort too, which is kind of like, So don't involve with that. We do see a few scenes of this old guy in like a white style aspect cover thing. Probably going to do with it. So that guy, when we see him in the trailers and clips, might be the main person that might talk about what might occurred. They want to make theories or could involve with the whole deal with the red mist and all that stuff. I do like the sense that Godzilla could be the main one that could evolve around it. In a sense, like basically, he's kind of like the main pack. It comes from
or the alpha.
When you see the big red that comes in, that's when he arrives. He causes this thing. But of course, we've seen certain that it was one of the Titans team that attack Godzilla, so that might make clear right the case. See, like Godzilla might be viewed as the most powerful version of this kaiju from the red mist. Came from the red mist. Oh, this is one of the main ones that came out from the red mist. When the characters like Rodan, Angiers, those are the more calmer ones. But the Big G himself, he's something you cannot kind of coexist with. It's going to cause havoc. Yeah. He appears. But yeah, this point is, I'm interested in it. I don't really know what's going to happen with this series and how they're going to take it. But of course, again, as I said before, Red Mist is going to be the one main thing they're going to have with it. Obviously. They're going to show us the origin of how these kaiju came to be, where the Red Mist came come from, and they probably figure out how to stop them, basically. Overall, or maybe how to handle them. Or very vague how they're gonna do this. Specifically with one, the most ancient Japanese that we cannot read Japanese. Me, because we're both Americans.
Yep.
We could. We probably a lot more speculations on us, but because even what the English subtitles actually give us, they don't give us a whole lot. They don't give us anything much. They barely give us anything to go with, which is a good thing. It's a good thing they do that. They make it vague as possible. They keep it vague. But yeah, that's what I think so far. For again, I'm just going to mostly clues as he is. But that's how I see it so far.
Well, being that, I hope y'all enjoyed this stream. If y'all did, I might have that lovely little subscribe button down below. I will be doing my best to do more of these. And go ahead, go subscribe to Daisuke if you subscribe to me. He has a channel as well. And on top of that, I have a link to my Twitter down below. So if you want to stay up to date on stuff, I do kind of do stuff. I do comments and stuff of other stuff. But yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed. Yes, I know
That's
that.
my end. And hope y'all enjoy our broadcast together. Something he decided to do for us. The politics I heard earlier, we might do more of this. It just depends over time. Basically. So hope y'all were able to hear him on my side of the broadcast. Hope you're able to hear him well. You didn't, you tell me in the chat, and obviously we'll probably fix that later on in the future. They're down the line or something. I don't know. We truly know how it's going to go out in the future for both of us. Just because you got that broadcast for me, honestly, because again, I would not have done this if he didn't ask me to do this in the first place. Because I'm not one of those people who like to do more than 3 uploads a day, honestly. And hope you enjoyed the gameplay in the background. Again, the main point of this broadcast was the discussion itself, honestly, because again, I'm very low level in this game right now. I have to go slow game and game my levels back up. That's the main focus on my side of things right now for this game. But yeah. Hope if those who were there watching this, hope you enjoyed the discussion. Thank you for coming, everybody who did came by. Right, and I'll see y'all later. Except they are my Godzilla cartoon fans up there.
One thing. If y'all want to see more of me and him doing these discussions, I'm thinking of every Saturday we'll probably do this if he's up to it at a certain time in his choosing. And yeah, that's if y'all enjoy this, and I hope y'all enjoy y'all's day. Goodbye, y'all.
Yeah. See you all there. Bye.